Woo! Good lordy, it's getting hot. Summer is a comin' and my balls are getting sweaty. Woman not crazy and is nice to me? Alright. I'm sold. You know, speaking of it being Morgan's last day, I wonder if I have any tickets. Probably not. I do not. Unforward. Well, I mean, NP3 Draco is about as good as I could have ever hoped it to go, so we'll take that. Can't really ever complain about getting a fat NP3 Draco. I can complain about not finishing the shop though. So we're gonna do a little bit of shop tomfoolery, and then I got a lot of stuff to do on JP. I'm so behind on JP. We had a new Gundam mobile game come out. I've been playing. Well, thankfully Dokkan calmed down a little bit, which has been really nice. Because Dokkan is usually what pushes me away from like FGO and stuff, but Wuwa I have been grinding like a madman. Like just an absolute fiend. I've been going hard on that game. No, what do you mean I can't put Taya Mommy in this team comp? Let's see, where's Taiman on? Is that 157 of that? Where's Draco at? 110? I kind of feel like it's actually probably more important to bond up. What does it actually matter? Maybe we could sub Morgan out for somebody. What do we have as options? Show me 4-star AoE characters. Who we got? Who's an option? I look at this and I see a team of losers. Where are my winners, man? Where are my winners at? These are a bunch of losers. It's really the... Oh, that's event bonus. I was like, bro, why are there like no people? I was like, there are not like this few AoE characters in the game. Who could be a winner for me? Actually, I could technically bring whoever I want, right? But they're riders. I can't bring Salter. Could I get away with bringing Gray? Gray's bond bonus. How could I have been such a fool? How could I have been such a fool? I've just been a foolish fool over here. Did you try Black Beacon? I have no idea what that is. Look, another gacha game. Look, this has some very cute character designs in it. I'll give it that. But, I've got too many gacha games in my life right now. Know what I mean? Got too many gacha games. I've got too many women in my life. I'm trying to cut down, actually. You need the Draco banner to go. It's tempting you to get more copies. Good. Succumb to the temptation. Reread your skills again. For all Valkyrie allies. You telling me that, you telling me Draco's not a Valkyrie ally? That 20% battery is crazy as well. That does come up. Who worked on PGR? I don't know what PGR is. Let me look that up. Oh, Punishing Grey Raven. I wanted to play Punishing Grey Raven. It looked like it was a lot of fun. But too many gacha games in my life. This home screen on Punishing Grey Raven does look like the art on the front screen. Shorekeeper the Lovely. Yep, tonight. Tonight, and like, what is it, like 4 hours from now or something? Shorekeeper comes out. I wasn't gonna roll for Shorekeeper, and then I started reading the Black Shore story, thinking that Cantarella was gonna appear in that. Because I pulled Cantarella, and I was like, wow, I really like this character. She's a lot of fun to use. And then I was like, oh, Black Shore, right? Like, you're on the ocean. Surely Cantarella, the jellyfish lady, would be in there. No, she's in the area after. But so I ended up reading most of Black Shore, and I mean, Shorekeeper is just an AI you made in the past that, like, is a big sweetie pie. So I freaking love her, dude. And then I also know she's a really good support. I've been, like, checking out the current meta for Wuwa, and thankfully one of my friends is, like, super in on playing Wuwa, so I can kind of just ask him for a lot of these things. And it's just, like, Shorekeeper is going to be really good in a lot of team comps. Like, my last, like, couple of weeks playing Wuwa have been, like, absolutely nutty. Can I actually sub off my Draco's NP3? I don't think I need this damage anymore. But, like, I remember playing the game initially, and I was just playing with, like, Tao Chi or something, because I was like, oh, this girl is cute. And then I came back when Jinxie got released. Got her in, like, a multi or two. Didn't get her weapon, so I stopped playing. Then my friend convinced me to get back and to start playing it, like, a month or two ago. And I pulled Cantarella in, like, a multi or two. It was, like, the first multi or something, right? And then, like, it took, like, a multi or two to get her weapon. Then, because the banners were just sitting there, I was like, you know what, let me summon for this, like, tree lady. The one, like, you know, the blossom lady. I was like, let me summon for her. And so I did that. And I got her in, like, 2 multis, and I think I got her weapon in 1 multi. But the funny thing is I was summoning for her weapon because I wanted to use the male resonator while I was playing through the story, because it's, like, it's more immersive, you know? I was like, this would be, like, good. I can immerse myself in the story. If I'm, like, you know, if I'm playing as the dude, you know, I can really get in on the story. And then, oh wait, I can put Morgan back in the team. Well, rip Valkyries. Sorry, you guys are out. But so then I pulled for her, so I got, like, the weapon, which was, like, really good early on. Then I got her. And then now we're sitting on, like, something like 10k, Astrites, and then I've got, like, enough of the yellow things for a multi. Which I'm feeling pretty good about, but then I also want to get her weapon, and then I need to summon for Zani afterwards. Thankfully, I have a pretty decent amount of content to do. I did kind of speedrun to the most recent area, so I could, get flowers for Cantarella. Because it was so funny. She was, like, my highest damaging character at level 40, when, like, my other characters were sitting at level 60. But I couldn't level up her skills or anything, because Cantarella needs, like, these flowers from the newest area. It was super annoying. I was like, dude, I'm going to shit. This is pissing me off. Sayonara Valves. I might have to go level up Draco's skill a little bit. I don't think she's going to refund enough NP. Oh, wait, no. Morgan's a good character. Morgan can just pop her first skill and then give Draco her second skill. Whoa. Hey, Draco. Whoa. What's all this? Whoa, Draco, hold on now. What are we doing over here?
The strongest duelist won in the end.
Whoa, Draco, hold on. Hey, Belsaka 22 months. There it goes. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Salty Spittoon. But yeah, so I'm really hoping to get Shorekeeper later tonight. And then the plan is my schedule's going to open up a bit more in May. So the plan will be trying to do FGO Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm going to try to do Wuwa or, like, some other games on Tuesday, Thursdays. What's that image in the top corner? That's Shorekeeper. She's coming out later tonight on Wuwa. Or she's coming back out. She's returning, but I wasn't playing when she came out. Dude, I think you would really like Shorekeeper. She's a nice lady. Shorekeeper's definitely a Gen X character. I think I could say that pretty confidently. Without getting too much into it. Definitely a Gen X character. They're a sweet spot. They're very wholesome. And we try Woo eventually. It's got co-op, you know? It's got co-op. We're at the Gundam game right now. Yeah, it's fine. The Gundam game has auto. Gundam game's not too bad. It's not too bad to do. Pretty easy. I mean, I've
dog shit content. Please subscribe.
Did I miss something? Why am I getting like seven things? That's why. All right, there we go. Velsaka. Thanks for the 5 gifties. If you didn't get a giftie, you simply dodged in chat. I was like, why am I hearing the gifted notification? I didn't get any, I didn't get a notification, though. That's because Restream is some booty cheeks and didn't let me know. Monkey flip, true. It does get you the monkey flip. See, and this is why Twitch is a superior chat. YouTube chatters, they just be sitting there. Awkward, weird, never say nothing. My Twitch chatters, I could talk to them about woo-woo. We could really connect on a deep level. Literally for like the first 2 hours of work this morning. I mean, yeah, you can just click auto in the top right-hand corner, and it'll like auto do the thing for you. And the stages aren't like too difficult right now. I also played SD Gundam though on Steam, so like I kind of already know what I'm doing. It's literally the exact same game as Cross Rays. I mean, even down to like being able to make the mobile suits and everything. I wasn't autoing at work? Well, you should be. That way you could actually work more efficiently. Be a better worker. Dingus. NP3 Draco a fraud? Question mark? But yeah. So that's gonna be the game plan. Is doing Woo on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I really enjoy doing that. It's a lot of fun. And there's just always something to do. It feels a little... It feels a bit better than like when I feel overwhelmed in Star Rail. When I feel like Star Rail, I feel overwhelmed sometimes. And there's just a lot of stuff that I don't want to do. But it might just be down to the open world exploration. I just like running around in open worlds. It's just fun to do. I'm a little sad because apparently the new Resonator, he got his like wind path unlocked. And apparently it's not very good, but it's really fun to play. So, they're bums. That person on your friends list is an L? What do you mean? Were we using, like, a bad Castori or something? We got a wild Shorekeeper peak? Yeah, I'm summoning later tonight. I'm gassed, dude. I'm so excited. You don't got NP5 Morgan? Well, look, only I can have NP5 Morgan. Oh yeah, but as I was talking about, yeah, I just saw that Shorekeeper is going to be really good for a lot of teams. Just generally being the best support. And I don't want to use any of like the tiny lolly characters, so it's a good compromise for me. Draco, I'm gonna need you to start killing this enemy. I'm not trying to be here for 7 turns, man. I'm not trying to be here for 7 turns. You gotta get your money up, not your funny up. I use Valk, Shiki, and double Artoria. The crazy part is, I don't remember asking. But she's gonna be really good in like all the teams. Like I really want to pull for Zani. I was actually DMing Fox first yesterday. I'm like, dude, I have finished Zani's story and I am absolutely fiending. They made an evil looking woman, but she's actually super nice. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Let me see here. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a DM. Me and the lad trying to figure out when we're doing our D&D. Excuse me. Draco can one turn easy if it's NP2. Yeah, see, the problem is my Draco might be NP3, but her skills aren't leveled. D&D switched. Well, so we've been swapping it around because Lucky is working like 3 different jobs. But they're at different frequencies. Like, one, he works really consistently. The other is sometimes he works on the weekend, sometimes he doesn't. And then the other one is like every other weekend. So it's kind of just whatever is working out for his schedule. So, like last week we did Friday, Saturday. The week before we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday because he was like, dude, I have 3 days available. I'm like, dude, we're just gonna let's get these sessions in while we still can. And so it looks like this week it's gonna be Thursday, Saturday probably. It's probably just the skills. It's actually exactly the skills is what it is. It is 1000% the skills. How is it, bro? Zero Life learns for the first time what skill levels are important in this game? What? That's crazy. You're telling me like skill levels matter? What? That's crazy. Lucky on the money hustling bag. Respect. He's trying to get a PC. And I think he said he's only going to continue working like an absolute madman for like the next like 2 weeks. Because then he'll be able to afford it. Although this might be the last of the 2 weeks. I don't really remember. Time is kind of becoming non-linear for me. Are you not using the event seed to buff damage? No, because I want more drops. Because I'm not using apples or anything anymore, so we're not doing any of that. We just run it and we'll just win. Is it Saturday? I see. I may be hitting you up to take a look at something on Friday. Is it your taxes? I can't help you out with that one. Me and the government aren't on good speaking terms. I'm what some would say is an enemy of the government. The sauce? I don't know. I might be too busy for group masturbation on Friday. We could probably do it on Saturday. Or Thursday. Or tonight. Or Sunday. But I don't know. Depends. What kind of sauce are we bringing? Are we looking at oiled up dudes, or are we looking at oiled up women? I believe no lures to spare. No, I have lures. I'm just out of QP. Ain't gonna be ready tonight. Oh, that was just. I'm just yapping. I'm just saying words. I don't want to look at it tonight. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to play my games, go to bed early, wake up early, and then start knocking this out. Tax evasion isn't a choice, it's an obligation. No comment. But yeah, as you can see, our Draco's in some dire straits. It's not a skill issue. It's literally a QP issue. We have the skills. We have the mats. We could get her leveled. We're just out of QP, so whenever they would like to wheel out that lotto, you know, I'm all good for that, whenever they want to do that. You want to give me a lotto? You want to have Morgan give me 100 million QP? Broski, where are the summer funds? It's called a wallet. That's essentially what my night about to be. I feel it. I'm out of hearts and my skills are stuck at 666. It's a bit demonic, but very fitting for the actual event going on right now. Let's see how many lures I have. Is Kashin Koji any good? Kashin Koji is actually really strong. It's just comes out at a very awkward position. Like, she can do black rail looping. She can melt bosses. Her damage is really strong. She just comes out at a real bad time. Yeah, we have 10 lures. I'm trying to wait and see who I want to actually start leveling the skills up, because I'll have like infinite money once Lotto comes out. So it's kind of a given that it's like, all right, we finish up Draco. I think I already did Tiamat, right? I did do Tiamat, right? Yeah, okay, I did do Tiamat. Like, I feel like I'm gonna do like Draco probably. Not probably do Draco. Probably Crimhild. I like using Crimhild. My Crimhild over here is only NP1 though, so she's kind of ass. Or probably still love her anyway. Oh, and then we could probably do Dobrania. Yeah, it'll probably be Draco, Crimhild, Dobrania, probably. I just like Dobrania. Ooh, or we could do Anastasia. I don't get to use Anastasia very much. That might help her out. Sitsunai would be pretty funny. Is Lotto going to be the next event? No, Lotto comes out in 3 years. Kashin Koji is permanent, so I'm skipping, but I still want Donzo. Yeah, I picked up Kashin Koji for free when we got the 5-star ticket on JP. But then I lost that account. They caught on to me. They were like, you're on an emulator of an emulator. Because, like, LD Player will let you... you can run, like, 2 different instances of it at once. So you can have, like, a billion different extra accounts. So I had it over there, and then they found out about it, so they deleted that. Because it was, like, super suspect. They're like, dude, it's like your game is inside your phone, inside another phone. So it was, like, impossible to update. Unfortunately. Who are you bond farming? I don't actively bond farm. I just kind of use whoever I want. I think bond farming is a little dumb. Like, bro, relax. Just use who you want. QP hell hit hard. I went to 0 QP with Draco and Tiamat levels and skills. Yeah, I manually farmed QP for Tiamat because I wanted to use her. Because I actually have Clay and Skyan Oberon over here. But I was like, Draco, you'll be fine for the next like 2 weeks. You'll live. Have you already equipped the new event command code for Draco? So as you can see, we don't have any QP on that account. So, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I will let you try to deduce the answer to that mystery. I'm torn between rolling for Kashin or Durga. How about neither? How about you save for Anniversary and get the Prime Supreme unit, Summer More Gussie? That would be pretty poggers. That would be pretty poggers. Or you could not do that. You could choose to not do that. But then you're a bum? What? Is that what I heard? I heard if you don't do that, you're a loser? Is that what I'm hearing? What? I would never say that. Me? No. I would never call people losers. Me? No. I would never. Me? No. Nah, dude. No, I would never. Me? Call somebody a bum? Nah. I would only strongly encourage. Mike, can you do this? No, you're NP1 and your skills aren't that. What about you? That's probably good enough. Probably good enough, Chief. DTL selling us to save. #1 FGO hypocrite. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm over here with NP3 Draco because I saved like a good boy. And I also got NP1 Tiamat. Because I was saving. I was a good lad. You just might be ill-informed. Need to knock out these interludes so I can get some Sankords, though. I did dump like 150 into Alco, and I was rewarded. So now me and Alco are on good terms again. Originally, I was mad at her because I dumped a lot into her before Anniversary, and I couldn't get a single copy. And then she's like, alright, here's that copy you were missing. Here's NP2 Alco, and I was like, I just wanted the one, man, but alright, we'll take those. We take those. Although, I'm not stupid. We didn't already get the Assassin banners, right? Like, why are they skipping to Berserk? What, are they dumb? Do they not know the order of their classes? Are they stupid? That would be really funny if I just missed out on the Assassin banner. That would actually be hilarious. Now, let's see. Alter Ego, Lancer, we got Rider. Yeah, what are they, stupid? Are they just dumb? Maybe they are dumb. Rider Berserker? Are they dumb? Do they not know their own classes? Are they stupid? Are they fools? Are they nincompoops? 4 guts? That's crazy. Bit cringe, Hercules. It's a bit cringe. It's a bit cringe. I'm going for Bima, but I'm also going for Durga, so I'm not going to go that hard on him. What do you mean you're not going to go hard on Bima? What do you mean by that? You're not going to go hard on a male? Are you wearing socks when you do that? That's the real question. Try to give you money for Zertoria? That would make sense. I'm honestly kind of tempted to summon for Lohai. Lohai would be great for my account. I'm losing interest in getting, what's her name? Koyan Light. Like, the longer it goes on, the more that I'm like, I can figure out busted farming on my own. I don't need this character. I'm like, I'll just get her on a GSSR or something. We'll just get her later. Plus, I think that's more funny, if I just never pull her. That might be absolute comedy. Dude, I love when Herc wastes my time. Wait, Atalanta, don't you have sure hit? Or are you a fraud? No, Atalanta's a fraud! He doesn't have sure hit! Well, I guess we'll just sit here for a turn. I guess we'll just pretend crit. We're getting Jacob instead of an angel or proto character. I don't really care what we get. We're getting a cute demon lady. I'm gonna be summoning for that. You know what? I've made up my my decision in my mental. Fuck Lohai. I'm getting the demon lady. I'm getting definitely not Lilith. Definitely not Lilith. Let's get Lohai NP5 and 1 multi. You know, we'll do 1 multi for Lohai when I do that video for the week. It is going to be a crazy set of banners, though. Second half for Berserkers is bonkers, dude. It's crazy. Like, you have Arjuna Alter, you have Masashi, you have Morgan, you have Ibuki, you have Castoria Berserker, and you have Lohai. And then even, like, what, the other two that I didn't mention is Rikyu and Galatea. And even they're pretty good. Like, they're really strong as well. Thankfully, when Castoria Berserker came out, I milked my account dry trying to make sure that I had a Sanctuary available for her. And we just barely got her. But they blow up his balls. Ooh, damage. Damage. Ooh! You're kind of getting gagged on right now. Are you a waifu only or also pull for husbandos? New around here. He doesn't know. Give us Grand Saber Michael, that'd be cool. I'm really interested to see what they would do with Angels. That's how me and Stellar met. We were pulled into a mutual call by a friend. And we were just kind of yapping about what we thought Angels would look like. It ironically was because of Michael, because we were like, I wonder what, like, because things we were talking about was like, so, like, do we think that, like, Nasu would give Angels divinity? Because they're, like, not deities. But that does sound like a goofy thing that Nasu would do. Like, oh, they have, like, Divinity Sea or something. Or they get, like, a Divinity-like skill, right? Like, Angelic Presence or something, you know? I'd be really excited to see what they do with that. But as we all know, all that, mid. Main prio is get the woman. Acquire the woman. I'm still expecting Virgil. Yeah, you can keep your divine comedy nonsense. You can keep all your fanfic characters. Me? I would like the evil woman. Hold on, is Atalanta even, is she lawful good? She's neutral evil. Well, Atalanta, sorry, you're getting kicked out of this team comp. You're no longer allowed in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Who was even lawful good that I have for quickly? Tom to peep the alignments. Alright, who's lawful good? Nobody. None of these quick characters. Wait a minute. You're telling me Tlaloc's a good person? Well, shoot dang nabbit, alright, why didn't you just say so? Put her on in there. Look, I highly doubt it's gonna end up being Lilith. I think they're gonna be like, nah, it's gonna be, Mumbo Fuckus over here. Tlalok mentioned my attention is fully back. Yeah, we're using her because she's lawful good. Which means she's getting 40% bond. What about Beatrice? I hope it's not anybody from the Divine Comedy. Or Paradise Lost. I think getting Dante was cool, but then it's like not Dante. So I'm like, alright, that's enough tomfoolery, that's enough messing around for me. For one FGO event, alright, let's get some real people in here. I do like the idea of it bringing in, like, the Gamora's Beast, but I do really hope that my boy Arthur can finally get a break. I hope he can finally catch a break. Every time this guy shows up, they're like, oh, the beast you're looking for is in another castle. Sorry, dude. I heard Beatrice and had Snake Eye flashbacks. I'm so sad they banned Beatrice, because I just got really into playing Tearlaments. And then I was like, dude, I can play Fiendsmith Drytron, I can make Beatrice, and then I can dump a name that I don't have. That's obviously not good, because New 2 is, like, really insane. You don't really need the added consistency, but it would have been funny. I was gonna say, this is a Tlaloc L, but this is only a 2-stage node, so you know what? Tlaloc W. Dude, Tlaloc is crazy for these 2 battle nodes. She's insane! She's so nutty! I'm gonna bring that up for somebody in a video at some point. I'm gonna be like, dude, this character is really insane for 2 battle nodes. And then just have everybody in the comments just being like really mad. We're just like, that never comes up. That never comes up. Sometimes I will say something because I know the like super hardcore meta people for FGO will be like, that's really not accurate. They only gen 2% of their NP, not 1%. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Nothing too misinformation. Like, it still gets the point across, but it's like subtle things. Like calling a character fine when they're just like, no, this character is complete dookie dog water. This character is the worst character I've ever seen. I'm like, they're fine, bro. Relax. Relax, dude. Relax. 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 Like, I feel like veteran players often forget about when they were first starting out the game. Which why, like, say my opinion on things is, like, a little different. Where, like, some people will, like, write off Brave Wiz completely. I'm like, well, if you're starting off the game, she can be really good. I used her pre-buff because it was like year 2. And sometimes you just need a DPS. Sometimes you just need a character that can smack people. Sometimes you just need someone to get in there and smack people into the ground. Sometimes you just need someone to bonk the enemy. You just need damage. Dude, imagine you summon for Hijikata and then you get to do this interlude. I'm not gonna lie, for support Hijikata, this might be the most fun I've ever had playing FGO. This could be, this might be the greatest interlude of all time, actually. The wise Shorekeeper in the corner, she comes out tonight. I'm gonna be summoning. I got NP9 Locusto and rolling for NP2 Draco. Do I have any use for the 9 copies of a 4-star? Rare mana prisms. You can get lures, you can get, gold foes. The not funny didn't laugh meme is now playing in my head from this. I didn't even register that. Which means I'm less brain rotted than Genix, so I deserve a medal in my service. For me being a normal human being.
What the f is Twitch?
And we should take Genix and stone him in the street for being so brain rotted. Thanks for the follow, my boy. It's being written by Apocryphus writer, so that's unlikely. Dude, Higashide, my goat. Whatever he ends up doing, I'll probably end up liking. Look, you gotta remember, Higashide, he did Trom. I really liked Trom. He did 5.1. 5.1 is arguably the best Lost Belt. Apocrypha's not, like, the greatest written Fate show of all time, but it is entertaining. If there's one thing you could say about Fate Apocrypha, it is entertaining. It's a fun show. I've realized my brain is very much rotted. You know what? That's the first step. Now the second step is not getting help so you can continue to let your brain rot. The next step is to start doing drugs. The next step is to make sure that it never fully recovers by doing the hardest drugs you can find. Or getting on those psychedelics. Okay, is Hichikata secretly the best character of all time? We made it through all these enemies and we have not procced a single guts. Is Hichikata the goat? Is he crazy? Have you read the Fate-type Redline manga? The last chapter I was on was when Mori was getting unsealed. And I remember thinking, holy shit, Mid is arriving. No, I didn't say all that. I like Mori, I think Mori's cool. But, you know, Redline updates every, like, 2.5 years, so I'll, like, read it generally, and then I'll just pick up where I left off and get to read a couple of chapters. Pretty sure the Draco banner was my luckiest one yet, which is ironic, which is literally the devil. Then again, some people would say, the devil gives you good luck, trying to win you over to his side. The devil gives you good things, so you fall into depravity. Some would say that's actually character accurate. My intrusive thought was to say, fellas, how do we feel about selling our souls? Fellas, how do we feel about giving up our immortal souls? I think, kind of a based option. Me personally, if like I'm trying to buy some eggs, could be a valid strat. Is selling your soul a valid strat for speed running life? Like if you're trying to win the life game, is that a valid strat? Speaking of the game of life, one thing that I've always thought about, well not always, but one thing I did think about when I was younger was like, dude, what if when you die, you get to like keep all of your memories when you reincarnate? And you might not reincarnate into a person, but then you have to like speed run that. Like imagine you get reborn as like a spider or something. So you're like, alright, I'm gonna avoid like that thing over there because I know that's like an evil plant that's gonna eat me. And that's why sometimes you're like, dang, why is that animal so smart? Like turns out, that was just a dude. That used to be a guy. That used to be one of the lads. I remember thinking that when I was like 9. And I've always thought about it. That has never left my my conscience. I've been like, that would be pretty dope. I like my version of reincarnation. I think my version of reincarnation is dope. You spawn back in, you're like an amoeba, and you're like, alright, I'm cooked, because I wasn't paying attention in biology. I'm cooked. I'm just a wee little single-celled organism. Fellas, can we all agree? Is XX the best Saberface? I don't know. I like her a lot. Then again, I might just be biased for Saberfaces, and the fact that XX is like a Gundam, like Sentai reference thing, super dope. Super dope in my opinion. Am I fighting for this? Gazer Spotter? Who is this question? Emiya Alt. You know, I'm not surprised we're doing a stage full of Saberfaces, and my boy Emiya Alter's gotta appear. Or, as the FGO, what is it, the developers were like, we wanted him to look like he was from Detroit. Like, What do you mean by that? What do you mean you want to end the elevator with like this from Detroit? Like, you know. No, Tucson, I need you to elaborate, actually. Can you elaborate on that a bit more? I'd really like to know what you mean by that one. You know what, Ace? It's alright. We got close. We weren't actually trying to 3-turn. Fine. We'll just save the rest of our buffs, I guess, for the next turn. Why not? Oberon, make some stars, I guess? I don't know, be useful. That is definitely some stars. That is a amount, I guess. I think Cuckoo gen more stars than Oberon did. I believe in my wife. She could do it. When is Fate Grand Order going to get a multiplayer mode? You know what? I would like a multiplayer mode. I would hate a PvP mode for PvP one. I finished Heian Kyo yesterday. Heian Kyo's a nice read. I mean, it's not like the greatest story chapter ever. It's kind of like a Dragon Ball story chapter. It's just dudes duking it out. But it's fun. It's fun. I liked all the characters. Just now starting Lost Belt 7. I still have yet to sit down and read Lost Belt 7. I'm too busy with other things. I'm probably going to do it like May or June when I have more free time. But you know, when you're busy, you're just like, man, I don't want to sit down and read. I want to play some games with the boys. I'm trying to get in the Goon session. Good evening, everyone. What's up, my guy? We did a little bit of NA farming. We found out that Draco without skills, terrible character. And then now we're finding out. Okay, if Kukulkan didn't clear that, I was gonna say she's also bad, but no, Kukulkan was able to clear that. Hot take, Lost Belt 6 was kind of boring. Lost Belt 6 is definitely really long. It has a lot of Nasuisms in it. Problems with, like, Nasu's writing is that sometimes he'll add, like, random comedy where it's kind of out of place, or it just doesn't really hit. Like, I could see the Lost Belt 6 scene where people are, like, jumping into the River of Wanting, and you'll either find that, like, really entertaining or funny, or you're just kind of like, dude, why are we doing this? This is, like, so goofy. Like, aren't we on, like, a serious quest right now? I do think it drags in places, but I do think the story itself does make up for it. I do like most of the characters. Some of the characters I thought were a little weak. Like, I think Melusine probably could have used a little bit more. Sith could have probably used, like, a real boss fight or something. Like, we're sitting on this really cool design for Ascension 3 Sith, where the design idea behind it is that it's, like, Sith after Morgan dies and she, like, murders all the fairies, which is, like, really sick. But we didn't get anything for that. It's a little frustrating. And at least, you know, Melusine and Vargas kind of get their big moment fights. They kind of get, like, I think Vargas was, out of all the Fey Knights, done the best. I think Morgan is fine, because while you don't get to interact with her very much, you do get this, people talk a lot about her, right? And how, like, important she is for the story. And so I do think that's a pretty good, like, it's kind of like a misunderstood villain type deal, and I think that's pretty interesting. Going into Lost Belt 6, if you know Oberon is the villain, you can kind of pick up on it. Like, even while reading it, I was like, okay, like, I would probably know this guy is suspect already. He disappears a lot at, like, really weird times. And it's foreshadowed enough that you can kind of piece it together. It's not, like, that complex, you know? But, like, yeah, like, it doesn't hit the same, I guess, as, like, 5.1. Where, like, 5.1, I was, going through that one, I didn't expect anything from Chiyome. So, Chiyome taking out Echidna, I thought was super sick. Like, when you're expecting nothing from a character and they give you a pretty good moment, that was actually pretty nice. Is Draco banner end in 3-ish hours or the next cycle? We have like a day left. So it's like 28 hours from now? 28, 29, something like that. Got like a day. Lost Boat 5 was so good. Yeah, I like 5.1. 5.2 I think is pretty mid. It's a Sakurai chapter, so it's just a lot of fighting. Lost Boat 4 I thought was like, okay. It was alright. Arjuna Alter's not a very interesting villain. It's kind of bummy. Like, the idea for Asclepius, Neza, and William Tell, I think was really interesting. I just think it could have used a little bit more time in the oven. I enjoyed what we got for Lost Belt 3, I just wish they gave Urobuchi more time. But Urobuchi's a guest writer, so he might just not have had as much time to really get things in there. Which is really sad, because Urobuchi wanted to do a lot of the Chinese mythology stuff in Fate Zero, but Nasu was like, if you put that in Fate Zero, it's gonna make Fate Stay Night look really bummy. So then Urobuchi stuck with, like, you know, European characters. You know, he's like, okay, we'll do, like, King Arthur, we'll do Diarmid, we'll do Lancelot, we'll do Alexander the Great. Gilgamesh, I guess, an odd one, but, like, he's, like, well-known. Like everybody knows that because Gilgamesh, so, like, shrug. Hassans are also Arabian dudes. Shrug. They basically said no Asian servants. They said no Asian servants allowed. But I give them a, like, is Lost Belt 3 that good? No, but I give it some slack in the caveat that it seems like it was very rushed. Like, it seems like it's missing a second act. You kind of go from Act 1 to Act 3. FGO stories typically follow the formula of we get there, we figure out some things, we mingle with people that are in the Lost Belt or the Singularity. You know, we get guys on our side, and then we go in for like a final battle type deal. Which is kind of why I liked Trom, because we got 2 of those, because there's 3 factions. Which I think is very ambitious for somebody like Higashide. Higashide usually likes his 2 factions. You know, Fate Apocrypha 5.1, it's like Faction A, Faction B. It's like good guys, bad guys. Trom I thought was really interesting because it's like we have our faction, and then we have Grimhilds, and then Constantine. Like, you have like 3 different factions. And they're all like, they all have like a pretty valid chance of being able to win. They've all got their good things, they've all got their bad things going for them. So I found that one really interesting. I really liked it a lot. But yeah, unfortunately, Lost Belt 3 for Urobuchi just didn't seem to have as much time cooking in the oven. Lost Belt 2, I have to go reread. It's on my reread list. I might be biased because I like Scotty a lot, but I can't really remember too many details about it. Like, one of the only details I remember about Lost Belt 2 is that Masashi is referenced, and I really like that. I like that Masashi appears in Lost Belt 1. She's referenced to having been appeared in Lost Belt 2. We never met her. And then we meet her again in Lost Belt 5, right? Like, I think that's really interesting. It's like, kind of as we're going through things, she's also going through things. We should roll in the banners with Enos or Logos later this year. I mean, Enos and Logos are kind of nutty. I mean, you're not going to lose anything for summoning for them. I do like Pepe. He's like a really good part of Lost Belt 4. I did quite enjoy him. It also set up Doman. Doman setup was pretty good. Yeah, I like Napoleon, but I also think if I say that they were trying too hard with Napoleon, does anybody get what I but I understand. Like, it's not to say that Napoleon is bad or anything, but I don't know, like, sometimes you can tell when a game is really trying to make you like a character, and then I dislike them because of that. Like, Cartethia right now on, like, Rua, I could try they're like, really, really pushing for you to like this character, so I like them less. Now, if they give me big Cartethia, if they give me Fleur-de-Lis and Rua, then, you know, big booty mommy lady, I salute, I stand up in my chair. I'm gonna be her strongest soldier, but aside from that, Napoleon is nerfed Orion. See, that's one of the things too. Like, Orion has a bunch of flaws around him, right? Like, I mean, Orion barely even wants to be participating in all of this. Orion's like, dog, I don't want to do this shit, man. Like, I don't want to be here. This shit's ass. I don't want to do this. I don't want to kill my girlfriend, dude. I don't want to do this. But then, you know, Orion's just out there trying his best. He's doing the best he can. And you know what? I like that. I think that's really sick. Is Marie Ryder any good? No, Marie Ryder is terrible. She is god-awful. Even at the very beginning of your account, you have better options. You could just make, like, Ushiwaka or something. You could use, like, Ushiwaka Maru. You could use Mandricardo. Astolfo is probably more useful early on because he has a big battery. Marie Ryder is... Ooh. I teared up at his scene. What a bitch, am I right? Nah, but that's fine. I don't typically cry when watching or reading stories, but it will, like, it'll still hit me. Like, like, when that hit, I was like, yeah. That felt good. That felt nice. And then, when Super Orion and Artemis are, like, talking, and Artemis is like, well, if you, like, if I ever, like, go rogue as a god, can you stop me as a person? I was like, oh my god. Oh my lord, that's so cute. I'm such a sucker for cute scenes and shows. Have you pulled for Cantarella? Yeah, I got her, like, second multi. Then I got her weapon in the first multi. So I'm just that good. Would you believe me if I told you that I'm just that good? That's what I thought. Shame. Yeah. Kinda unfortunate. She is, as the kids would say, doo-doo butt cheeks. She is, unfortunately, mid with a capital M. This is my boy, Ku Alter. Ku Foolin'! Blow this guy up. Walter, stab this guy in the balls. Is Marie Alter summon worthy or ticket worthy? Marie Alter is fine. Like, she's good. But I've been a little disappointed in her performance. She read a lot more broken than she actually turned out to be. I mean, but that's like saying that, like, oh, I thought she was going to be like a 9 out of a 10, and then she's like a 7 out of a 10 character. So she's still good, but it's like, eh. May I ask both chat and YouTube for time at luck? You may not. Actually, no, Zerk, you are allowed to, because you've been saving, like, 6 months or something at this point for time, Matt. I still need to do all the main interludes. I've skipped all of them, so I'm still missing BB and Santa Altera. Technically, you could skip out on doing... because you don't get BB from doing Sarah. You just get the ability to buy her for rare prisms, but BB will become free in one of the evocation, or I guess they're calling them pilgrimage festivals now. She'll become completely free, so you don't have to waste your gold prisms. And you do not get your gold prisms refunded, which I found that out the hard way on JP. Because I'd already NP5'd my BB, and then she came out for free, and they were like, yep, suck it, nerd. You know, we're not refunding you. And I was like, well, that sucks. But Seraph is a good read. Like, the Santa Altera event is a pretty good read, especially if you like a Reshkagal. I haven't finished reading the Van Gogh event because I just kind of got bored. That shit puts me to sleep. So I'm lucky then? You probably still want BB. She'll make your life a lot easier. She makes your life a bit easier, but yeah, if you're willing to like not spend them, if you want to like min-max, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, you can save them. You can just wait. For me, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, it's 2 years. I'd rather just have the BB for the 2 years. I know I would use her, but if you're like, I'll just use like Castoria Zerk or somebody, then you're probably fine. You're chilling. Oku mid? No, I like Oku. I think Oku's great. The Gordolf side story is like one of my favorite things. Gordolf running around and just like punching shit is hilarious. Look, Kama didn't know what to do when Gordolf pulled up on her. Gordolf pulled up on Kama, said, "Take this, Goth punch." And then Kama literally exploded into a million pieces. Kama said, "I better keep my ass in Oku, otherwise I'm finished." Oh, no, I better keep my ass over here, or I'm finished! Or I'm cooked! And then she did, she got cooked. Gordolf pulled up, punched her again, and she died. Isn't that crazy? I haven't finished Oku or Imaginary Scramble. I mean, Oku's just free mats. In fact, we really should be doing that on A. I really should be finishing Oku. That's like free pulls. Gordolf pulled up with the sauce. Now, you can call him Gordon. He really is Gordon Ramsay. He's pulling up, and he was saucy with it. He got upgraded to a Minamoto clan member. Dude, he was chefing it up, dude. Gordolf really is proof that you can look like whatever, and these FGO servants will be booming all over you. Look, Gordolf seduced Koyanskaya, he seduced Kama. What can't this man seduce? Tips for Beast Koyan? Melusine. What was a character I thought I was gonna hate, but he slowly became one of my favorite characters? That is like a common sentiment. I think that is a very good showing for how his character's written. Because I don't think you're supposed to like Gordolf initially. Like, he comes in, literally calls you a bum, says everything that you guys did isn't provable. So, like, basically for everybody else, part one is you're just yapping. You're just like, yeah, we fought, like, Solomon and all this shit, and they're like, yeah, can't prove it didn't happen. And then, Gordolf goes from being, like, this annoying ass to then being, like, you know, the coolest guy. It's like, yeah, I'm here, I'm helpful. I'm like, thanks, Gordolf. That is true, he seduced Canis. Not even not morally, but gender-ambiguous characters are able to get around him. Holmes is mega bummy. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Holmes. I really like Moriarty as well, so when Moriarty game ended Holmes, I was pretty happy. Like, I know they were like, no, not Holmes, and I was like, finally, get this bum off my screen. Get this dumbass out of here. Get this loser out of my Chaldea. And then MASH was sad, but we don't care for MASH in this house. Look, I feel like I liked MASH before I started playing other gacha games. But then I started playing stuff like Arknights, where the main, like, travel free-to-play companion is, like, real good. Like, I really like Amiya, and I'm like, dude, MASH just sucks. Once I got a taste of how good your free-to-play starting person could be, nah, man. Nah, man. No, sorry, Bob. Look, all I gotta say is it's okay, you can like MASH, but you also gotta learn to do better for yourself. You gotta understand, my brother in Christ, there is better out there. You deserve better. You deserve better than wet bread. I feel like people that really like MASH are kind of like homeless people. You know, they're like, dude, this half-eaten sandwich is the best thing I've ever had. I'm like, my brother in Christ, that's because you've never gotten a steak dinner. You've never had this. And then once you experience the steak dinner, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, the half-eaten sandwich, I understand. That half-eaten sandwich was really good to me for a while. But now that I've experienced peak, I don't want to eat half-eaten sandwiches anymore. I like the idea of her and Galahad fusing personalities in Camelot, but then it never came up again. It came up in Lost Belt 6 where she becomes Super Mash. But that's the other thing. Galahad is a dickhead. I don't like Galahad very much. Like, once Galahad came in at the beginning of Part 2 and was like, I think Galatia should have won, I was like, dude, fuck you, Galahad. So Galahad's also a bum. Now, Galahad Alter, that dude is dope as fuck. Galahad Alter, I won't go into too much detail for people that are going to wait the 50 years for Fate Requiem to get an anime or manga or whatever they decide to give it, but Galahad Alter is really cool. Can we ask a question, please? You may ask a question, but I cannot promise that I will answer it. What do you think of Jason as a character? I enjoy Jason. I don't like that he was mean to Medea, though. I think Medea slander is punishable by death, so I'll meet him in the middle and we'll just remove his balls. In mythology, Galahad takes the Holy Grail and pieces up to heaven. Definition of a bum. Look, Galahad is also like the Gary Stew of the Knights of the Round Table. Like, he's just good because they were like, we need to put in like another Knight of the Round Table, so what if we just make him better at everything? It's like, oh, Lancelot can do something, Galahad can just do it better. Oh, like Gawain can do this, Galahad just does it better. Tristan can do this, Galahad just does it better. He's just like the Gary Stew of the Knights of the Round Table, so I'm not a fan of him. Like, the core concept of the character is already really buggy. And then FGO is they're not doing him any favors, let's just say that. They're not exactly making him the most likable person of all time. Okeanu's Jason is an ultra bum. Lost Belt 5, Jason is kind of a bro. Look, I get it, Lost Belt 5, like, we're trying to get Jason to do things, and he's like, I don't want to go fight Odysseus. And Jason is like, what are you, crazy? Dude, like, yeah, he did steal Percival's lore. It's like the original Grail Knight. He was like, yeah, I'm the Grail Knight now. And it's like, okay, well, fuck Percival, I guess. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Galahad. Because here's the thing, like, Lancelot is also kind of a Gary Stew for the Knights of the Round Table, but they gave him flaws, right? Like, Lancelot in the lore is like a huge womanizer person, and I mean, in FGO, he's less of a womanizer. They just have him go after, what is her name? Guinevere, right? But that's always going to be a flawed thing, because even though you have, on the one hand, it's like this forbidden love thing, you're also trying to fuck the king's wife, right? Who you're really good bros with. So, like, Lancelot has flaws. Like, he might not be flawed combat-wise, but he's got personal flaws. Galahad has nothing, right? Galahad has nothing. Boring, flat, lame character. Kill him with knives. We should shoot this guy in the balls. Get him out of here. Jason's not wrong, though. What do you mean they one-shot Hercules? Well, okay, to be fair, when they said that, I was like, well, Herc is kind of a bum. If you said they one-shot like a real character, I'd probably care a bit more. Like, if they one-shot my guy Don Quixote, then it's out of here. We're done, dude. I mean, that's like going into Dragon Ball and being like, bro, this guy beat Vegeta. It's like, okay. Herc is just the Vegeta of Fate. Bro can't catch a W and always uses the measuring stick for everybody else. But I see what you mean. He's bait until he wrecks a home and causes a civil war that kills the king, so yeah, kind of flawed. Yeah, like, he's got like flaws. They made him like the peerless fighter person, like the most skilled dude for the Knights of the Round Table. So in a way to give him flaws, they were like, okay, he's got character flaws. He's got like personal character flaws. Which I like. I'd rather my characters not be completely perfect Gary Stews. Hot take. Hot take, I want my character to have some character in it. You know what I'm saying? I would like a little character in my character. Tristan is a bum? Yikes, bro. Anybody that doesn't like Tristan, automatically exposed for not reading. Do you think we'll get Guinevere as a servant? Probably eventually. There'll probably be some, like, big titty lady. It'd be really funny if it was another Saberface, actually. It'd be like, so, Artoria, you were married to yourself? She's like, yep. Awesome. I think Guinevere as another Saberface would be hilarious. I think it'd be so funny. I'm new. Do I still have time to get Baby Coup? Yeah, you have a whole day. If you sit down and grind the game, you can get yourself Baby Coup. You're gonna have to grind though, like a madman. Guinevere might become the Saberface. See, I told you, I'm cooking. I'm already inside of Nasu's head. I know what he wants. Us and his